So, if you see the videos on Twitter or online about United Airlines and how they treat their customer, I think pretty much most of you have already seen that. If you don't see it, go online and search for that. And it happens from a flight from Chicago to Louisville, and basically, the United Airlines overbooked their flight, and they use violence way to force the passengers to get off the flight by sliding on the ground and taking off the airplane. And I think it is definitely a really bad way of treating customer. It's absolutely disrespectful and it's super rude and it's involve violent. And I can't believe that when I first saw it, but it do happen. So here's what I want to say to United Airlines. First, you are the biggest airline in the world, so in customers the foundation for building an airline, for building a passenger service. So make sure that you know how to treat your customers, because this is really ridiculous. First, there's no fault for the passengers. The passenger booked their flight online, they went to the airport on time, they passed their security check, they get to the gate on time, there's no problem and there's no fault for the passenger. The overbooking issue happens a lot, happens very often, happens in every flight, in every major airlines, and it's the airline's fault. So you need to figure out how to make sure you communicate this message well to the customers. So United Airlines do ask for passengers to volunteer, but no one volunteers. So they just randomly pick for passengers, four passengers, and this passenger is one of these. But he refused to leave the plane, and United Airlines called in the security and used violent way to get him off the flight. And I mean, you cannot treat a human like this, obviously. You cannot do that. I think the best ways when you have an overbook issue is to ask for the final passenger, the last few passengers to board a flight and move in on the next scheduled flight, because they are the last few passengers to board and they need to. And it's kind of reasonable to move them to another scheduled flight because they are the final few passengers to board, while not taking passengers from the plane that is already boarded and taking off the plane. That is ridiculous. So there are usually two ways. One's like asking the last few passengers to board to move on the next flight, or offer a financial compensation and ask for passengers in the cabin to volunteers to move to the next flight. So I think these two ways are much reasonable and much better than just using violence way to putting a human out from the airplane. That is so bad. That is really the worst things ever. And I have a poor experience with United Airlines. So I was flying from San Francisco back to Toronto this March break, and I have a Air Canada Maple Leaf Lounge membership card. And because Air Canada is partnered with United Club, so we have the access with using the membership card to access the United Club Lounge. While their Club Lounge staff just really reject me to come in and just say you are not entitled to here, and just say you need to have a gold, whatever, Star Alliance gold membership card. And I showed them the website and it said very clearly that we do have the access to get into the lounge, but they just ignore me. And I think at this situation they should at least call the manager and ask for ask for more information about it, because I'm pretty sure about that. So later on I was sending email to Air Canada and they said I'm absolutely 100% entitled to get into the lounge, and they just say they will they will tell the United Airlines to educate your staff and make sure these things never happened. So I mean, you can reject me to get into a lounge, but at least try to confirm with your managers and ask for more information, because you probably don't know that, and I'm pretty sure that I'm absolutely entitled to that. So that is my poor relationship with United Airlines. It's definitely a bad thing. And I'd like to talk about my mom. My mom has traveled from Toronto back to Hong Kong once, and she passed through security and got into the gate pretty late. is almost ready for takeoff, but the gate's not closed yet, and the economy class was packed with passengers already, so there's no seat on economy class. So the Air Canada put her into the premium economy class and offered them a full flight for premium economy. I think that is very, very generous, and Air Canada is doing a fantastic job at making sure the overbooked passengers is getting on the plane. Why not like live in a hotel for another day and waiting for the next flight? So that is super awesome for Air Canada, and I don't get it why United Airlines should see this situation a lot, and they know how to do this, but this is just not acceptable. It's humiliations for a human. It's definitely not okay. So, and most devastatingly is the statement that they just released after the incident happened. So let's take a look about what their CEO is making statement on this flight. So give me a second, let me go into it and take a look at that. So here's what your CEO said. If you can pause the video and just take a look at that, that would be super awesome. You can just pause the video and let me read it for you. This is an upsetting event to all of us here at United. I apologize for having to reaccommodate these customers. So I think that's a really bad wording. So the first thing you should apologize to is the victim, is to the passenger who is associated with this event. And obviously, it's the passengers that suffer the violence. You should definitely apologize to him rather than saying that I apologize for having to accommodate these passengers. That is what? That is just unbelievable. That is a very bad wording on how to like calm down the relationship between passengers and United Airlines. That is a very bad wording. And the CEO continues, our team's moving with a sense of urgency to work with authority and conduct our own detailed review of what would happen. And we also is reaching out to the passenger to talk directly to him to further address and resolve this situation. That is just the worst statement I've ever seen. You cannot say that to the passengers. You need to first apologize to the victim, and because all of these things, it's useless. It's not working. I mean, it's totally a terrible statement for the CEOs. I don't get it. It's really a bad statement. So I don't know what United Airlines trying to think. Even you are the biggest airline in the world, probably. Even you are the biggest airline in the world, you shouldn't do that, because you need to treat every customer like your best friend, because it's terrible. And then I just saw the email that it's from Casey Neistat. The Casey Neistat Twitter said, it sent the email on the United CEO to his airline employee that I want to commend you for continuing to go above and beyond to ensure we fly right. What? And it says our employee follow established procedures for dealing with situations like this. What the hell, United Airlines? United Airlines, I don't know what you're thinking about, because this is not okay, and you're like encouraging your employees to do the things again, and that is not how you treat your customers. So, dear United Airlines, I'm really upset and disappointed and angry about your behaviors and what you are trying to do. So this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm telling you, I would never fly United Airlines. Even I'm not a frequent flyer. I'm not even a piece of shit for you. But I'm telling you right now that you lost my business. You lost my trust. You lost pretty much everything from me. You lost my respect. United Airlines is just the worst. It's a garbage. So I hate United Airlines starting from now. I mean, this is ridiculous things. If you're saying this to your employees and like kind of encourage them to do, not okay, I wouldn't say. It's totally garbage. So that's it for the video. I just want to hear what you guys' opinion about this. And thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.